Hello folks, time to get down to some really serious stuff now with classic cameras. This is the start of my little series on Leicas. First of all, this is my 1934 Model II Leica with a 1936 f2 50mm Summa lens. We get the date through the serial numbers. The Leica old screw thread ones went on for ages until the bayonet series came in 1954. This is the way you unscrew the lens. Oops, bit slightly stiff. It's got a 39mm screw thread lens, and inside there's no mirror, of course, because it's a rangefinder with a focal plane shutter. It's open and it's shut. That's where the film goes. Now that's the trouble, is loading the film in these Leicas. There's a rangefinder system. Here and here are the two windows of the rangefinder system, and in the middle is a viewfinder to which you put your eye, because at the rear it's got a couple of little windows here. One is for the magnified viewfinder of the rangefinder, and this one is the actual viewfinder for which you do your composing. So you focus by turning the lens until you get coincident images in the magnified rangefinder here, and then you look and compose it there and take your picture when it's ready. On the top of the camera it says Lights Wetzlar, which is the factory where they were made. Deutsche Reich Produktion, because that was 1934. I wonder who was the Chancellor then. Here we have a winding mechanism. Now with the Leicas, you must remember, wind the film first before you change your shutter speed. Otherwise you can, like on the old Zenith, you can jam it. There we are, it's all safe now. You change the shutter speed against the little index point here. Now that is on 1/60th of a second. The Leica Model II goes up to 1/500th of a second. When you've taken all your pictures, you have to press the rewind knob to R. You pull up the knob here and wind it into the direction of the arrow until you hear the click of the film coming out. Then you can safely take the film out. The lens I've got has a lens hood which came with it. I have actually used the lens hood. It's also got a turret viewfinder, and I can see if I can slip that on. It goes on here for different lenses. It's not a Leica one, but as I don't have any other lenses for it, I don't use it very often. But it's got lenses for 35, 135 and so on. Turret viewfinder. There's no flash synchronization because it's too old. Now, loading the Leica. Oh dear. This is where it's trouble. Base loading Leica through the bottom, and how Don McCallum and other people loaded his cameras while being shot at when they used the early Leicas, I do not know. You've got to remove the little spool here, and you push the film under a little lip in the direction of an arrow. It's on a little spring. So you must get the film with the emulsion outwards like that. Then you push the film into the base of the camera. Now here's a trick. You put a business card in, then you find, because you haven't got a long Leica tongue for the film, it should go in easy. Let's see if we can load this while I'm videoing. Then pull out the business card. Let me wind. Let's see if we can see anything here. Winding round. Oh, I've got it on rewind. That's why. Let's see if it's correctly loaded. Yes, I can see the film cassette turning. So that's correctly loaded. Wonderful. Now the trick with a business card is because the original Leica film had a very long lead to it, and the modern films have a very short lead. So that is a little trick with a business card. I've taken some quite good pictures with this, and I'm going to see if I can show you some results from this 1936 Summa lens. Now these are colour prints done on out-of-date 200 ASA true print film, which is actually made by Ferrania in Italy. Very cheap film. Because it was out of date, I rated it at 100 ASA, and I've taken these at 1/500th of a second, and it stopped the roundabout from going around. It's quite an accurate 500th of a second. I think the aperture, because it's brilliant sun, was f9.5. These are little commercially done prints, but I've got some big enlargements done myself. Here's two more on the same film, taken on the same outing with the Leica Model II and the 1936 Summa lens. This one I've done a 16x12 darkroom RA4 print of this, and it won me an award at the Camera Club. A woman standing in Southend-on-Sea, the Adventure Playground, with a toy she'd won. Now this one is an old ship at Malden. Now the viewfinder isn't very accurate, cut off the bottom here, but it's not bad for 1934 camera. The viewfinder, however, is rather small. But there we are. That is the colour rendition you get from a 1936 lens. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll enjoy my next lot of Leica photographs.